Fred Hampton, a charismatic leader of the Black Panther Party, embodied the spirit of solidarity within the Black community. He emphasized the importance of unity and collective action to combat systemic oppression and achieve social justice. As a diligent chairman and activist, Hampton's efforts never went to waste, as he contributed substantially to Black families during his time and Black history as a whole, even after his assassination. We will be delving into how African Americans currently feel about the amount of solidarity present in the community and just how important it is to keep it whole. As an advocate for building solidarity within educational programs for Black youth, Fred Hampton emphasized the youth's involvement in educational classes. I took a visit to David Spear Academy and asked Dijon Jefferson, the Dean of College and Career, if she believes that solidarity will contribute to more Black students attending college.
Absolutely, I do. I think that it would develop some type of pride amongst a small group of Black students in a diverse school. I believe that they would leave high school feeling a little more accepted and a sense of belongingness, knowing that they belong in one of those seats in college if they feel that way in high school. Because I feel like that's fitting. Like the atmosphere is going to be extremely diverse, but I feel like if they can learn to navigate this atmosphere, being one of the few, I feel like that will carry over into college and they will be more comfortable in that type of environment. Where I feel there's a lack of solidarity would be honestly across Chicago, but like specifically we have certain areas where it's very segregated. So I would say across the city of Chicago, there are communities where just only Hispanics feel comfortable living. There are communities where Black people only feel comfortable living. And then we have our communities where only white people feel comfortable living. And then of course there's other nationalities that may feel the same way. But I live in a predominantly white community, and so I see it firsthand that I know that once too many Black people start moving into a white community, the white people become uncomfortable, and then they start to move out to other areas and things like that. So,
do you feel as though there's a lack of unity within our own Black community?
Of course. The first thing that comes to mind is just Black on Black crime. We are literally hurting each other. We are literally killing each other. So yes, I do think that there is a lack of unity across just Black communities, period. Not sure why. I mean, we blame everything on the pandemic. That can be a reason why. I feel that there is a mental health issue going on where we are just instead of fighting the problem, we instead are fighting each other. How I feel that unity will benefit the Black community as a whole. Again, that word pride comes to mind. I feel that if we come together as a Black community, that there's some type of pride that will take over us and we'll understand things differently. We'll be more understanding to other people.
In a lot of communities in Chicago, Block parties play a huge role in community building. Fred Hampton participated in a coalition of building, so I asked the Block Club president I know about just how huge of a role solidarity plays in building his community. What inspired you to become the president of the Block Club?
Well, what inspired me was the people on the block, and they was trying to figure out a way to get everybody to come together as one. So they asked me what I was able to take on to role to become a block president, so I said I would give it a try. And I tried it for a year and I liked it. Now it's year 3.
So what types of events or activities do you organize to build community spirit?
Well, we try and implicate a lot of activity for the kids that's here on the block, but a lot of people on the block is a lot of elderly people, so we try and do things for them. But as far as the kids go, we set up things we get zoo tickets, we get little things going on the block, set up little bouncy house, little cookouts for the kids so they can have something to do while they're on the block.
What leadership strategies do you find most effective in maintaining solidarity?
The leaders solidarity to try and maintain, it's pretty tough because you have to keep going and keep pushing to try and get more people involved with what you're doing. And so for me to be the leader that I am, I have to set a bigger president example for the people to follow if I want people to come out and maintain this solidarity for all of us to come as a group to be out here to do things that we need to be done for the community. It ain't just about the party, it's about the block and the community and the people. It's about to get to know your neighbors and come together. If something ever to happen, everybody knows everyone on the block. So they keep an eye, watch for eye on everybody and some of the elderlies on the block. And I think it's a good idea for us to have a block club party like that. I'll try and encourage other people to do it, like well as other blocks around us, they does the same thing. But we try and do things a little different because we put the kids and the elderly first. So that's what drives the whole block party together.
Okay, that's all I have for you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Fred Hampton advocated for solidarity and community among all oppressed groups, which he showed by creating coalitions and community programs. I was able to ask a woman who has been living in the area for over 25 years her opinion on solidarity in her neighborhood.
Well, I've been here over 25 years, and when I first moved in the community, we had a very diverse community of blacks and whites. There were few to no Hispanics in my neighborhood, and we all tried to get out and meet our community, meet everyone on the block so that we would know each other. As the years have passed, a lot of people have moved out or moved on or even died off of this block. And we've always had a great block, and now we have another diverse pot now, and it's Hispanics and blacks and just a few to maybe one white family left on the block. And we still try to get to know our neighbors. We try to know what their problems are, or at least if there's any help that we need to give, or any advice. So we try to be as knowledgeable and as helpful about what's going on in our community so that everyone knows and can be a part of it and feel like they're a part of this community. And we need to bring our children and our young people into that community, show them that we're welcome and that we want them to be a part and give us feedback and give us information and provide us with new ideas, because new ideas only enhances any community.
Where do you feel like there's a lack of solidarity?
Well, in schools there's a lack because there's still a language barrier. It's not just the person coming into the United States that should know our language, but we should know at least some workings of their language as well, because they have to come in and try to become a part of our community and a part of our city and a part of our government. And we can't do that if there's a language barrier, if there's a cultural barrier. So people need to get out and mingle and know who their neighbors are and be a part of that community wholly, Monday through Friday, and even worship together on Sundays, I believe. We need to get into our kids' school and see what's going on in those schools and help them break down barriers, because kids nowadays, they stay in a small group and everybody needs to spread out.
From what I learned today, fostering solidarity is extremely important for the Black community. You can do so just by being present in your community, attending block club parties, and just getting your education. Fred Hampton advocated for these things, which is what makes a difference. That's all of my thoughts for today. Lapassion out. Bye-bye.